So for reasons of nostalgia, I was just checking out this insanely OG YouTuber's channel, Dan Brown, and he went by the name PogoBat back in the day. He has a video that had amassed over 32 million views that was released 17 years ago in 240p, and it's titled How to Solve a Rubik's Cube Part 1. I'm just going to play the intro to that real quick.
Hey world, my name is Dan Brown, and I'm here to teach you how to solve one of society's modern day mysteries. Erno Rubik's Magic Puzzle Cube is something that has frustrated millions of people since its release in 1980.
I love Dan, I love his content. It used to resonate profoundly with me when I was in middle and high school. And thanks to his multi-part video series, I was able to successfully solve the Rubik's Cube, and reasonably proficiently, I might add. Now, this video here is going to be an elaboration on some insights that I've had in thinking about that time in middle school, in high school, investing into this Rubik's Cube and thinking about Dan's content as a map that inspired me to get to this point of proficiency with the cube, and the segue of that to this channel, Jason Actualization, and what that similar outcome is, what that analogous outcome is for you. Because my goal for you is not to solve the Rubik's Cube. I mean, if you want to, have at it, go ham. But what I'm trying to do is give you the benefit of insights that I've had into this time in my life where I was mastering things that didn't have the greatest return on investment. Now look, the autistic mathematician in me is very keen on this idea of getting a ROI, of having a certain input and then having an output that is disproportionately large in its magnitude. But that's the utilitarian, really pragmatic part of me. The other part of me loves getting into flow states. Like when I'm shooting this content, I love turning off the thinking mind and just letting it rip, baby. I love that. But you want to have a balance of these flow state inducing activities in addition to a more technical, strategic, autistic approach to life that renders a lifestyle design. You want to have deliberation. You want to have intentionality. You want to consciously curate your life in an intelligently, strategically formulated fashion. The lessons that I've learned from introspecting on this time that I was following PogoBat, learning how to do all of these really nerdy magic tricks and how to solve the Rubik's Cube, is that these were futile attempts at addressing underlying issues. So I never necessarily wanted to become competent at solving the Rubik's Cube or learning how to regurgitate 3.141592653358946263832795028841971100 digits of pi. My goal was inner peace, personal freedom, confidence, competence, cultivating a character that was more capable. There's some characters that are just not that fun to play, man. Just like thinking about a video game, it's just they have certain attributes that are worthwhile, that are redeemable in their quality and nature, but then other attributes that hinder them, that hold them back, that make it so that there are certain aspects of reality that they aren't able to access. And me trying to solve the Rubik's Cube, me learning a new magic trick and following PogoBat, for me, if I'm being honest, was an escape. It was me leveling up in an area of life that made me feel good on the front end, but didn't leave me ultimately fulfilled on the back end. And so my greatest message to you is to realize the structure of all of the content that I'm disseminating. And that structure is what houses, for example, my recommendation for you to consume pomegranate juice. Seems like a strange parallel. What is the relationship there? Well, the structure that houses this content of me advocating pomegranate juice as the #1 health hack to bulletproof your future self from developing neurodegenerative and conditions in concert with cardiovascular disease, that structure is something to the effect of, I want you to do things that are high leverage. And it's not to say that you shouldn't be chasing flow state inducing activities or doing things just for the sake of themselves. But what I am saying is that if you work on your character and you take seriously the idea of self-actualization and the idea that the character that you're currently cast as in the great play of life, that is malleable beyond belief. That is malleable to the exponential degree, to orders of magnitude that nobody has even bothered whispering in your ear. Nobody has insinuated the possibility, for example, that your physicality, that your cognitive faculties, that your social skills, that these areas are so modifiable that whatever starting point you might be at is just nearly futile. It's like a marathon, it's not a sprint. You have so many opportunities to level up in life, to become more confident, to become more competent, attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex, if that's what you fancy. See, the thing is that this Rubik's Cube, as much as I love riffing on it, it didn't actually leave me fulfilled. It's like a fun party trick. But imagine all of the time that I had spent investing into that, if I had spent into cold approach at a young age, at just leveling up my social skills or investing that time into meditation. See, the benefit of these things, of cold approach, of meditation, of fixing your physiology with sleep and nutrition and weight training, the benefits of that is that you're not putting the cart before the horse when you adopt that strategy, but rather you're using that as a launching pad to catapult you further and faster in life. And then whatever you do after that or amidst that, it's not either or. You still have fun with the Rubik's Cube. You still learn to regurgitate 100 digits of pi if you so want to, but you do that within the context of a self-actualization trajectory where you're journaling, you're meditating, you're getting in touch with your authentic self, and you're asking yourself if you're becoming the person that you want to be. If you're not currently experiencing life via the character that you so choose, realize that you can cultivate character. You can systematically expose yourself to things that necessarily will result in the accumulation of EXP, experience points. But here is the kicker, right? Here's the kicker, my friend. Those experience points, you are exchanging your time, energy, and attention. And the thing about time is that it is the most precious of commodities, because not only can you not quantify how much of it you have remaining, but in no obvious form or fashion can you barter for more of it. So all of the aforementioned time that I had spent investing into mastering this cube, I could have spent that time mastering me, Jason Jr., staring into the abyss of the myriad inadequacies that plagued his existence. Here's the thing, the more closely that you are willing to stare into that abyss of your own inadequacies, the more objectively that you are willing to see yourself as you are, not through the illusion that you wish that you were, the more rational results, the more one-to-one your map will be with the truthful territory that you are trying to reconcile it with that mental model, with that mental map. So put truth above all else and value feedback. That feedback is fuel that will catapult you forward. And that feedback is what allows you to see yourself through a more objective lens, through a less corroded, clouded lens that renders blurry vision. If you see reality as it is and not through the illusion that you wish that it were, and you get some skin in the game, you feel a little bit of pain, you go through some hard breakups, some rejections from people that you value. And you sit with that, man. You sit with that. You feel the pain of that. You don't numb the pain. You don't sweep it under the rug. You sit with it in the chair that you meditate in. You're not running away. You're not running. You're facing your problems head on. And you're going to consciously curate a life that you actually love and a character that you're proud of. Because nobody can take that away from you. Somebody can take the cube away from me. I've got nothing to play with. The real value is the quality of your mind, of your consciousness, of your experience of life, right? It's the neurochemistry, it's the contentment that consciously curated life of experiencing upheaval and systematically leveling up because of allows you to retain in perpetuity. I love you very much. Please take these ideas seriously. Pomegranate juice is just scratching the surface of the ways that I recommend leveling up your life in both your physicality and your cognitive state of mind. That's it for today. I love you very much. As always, until next time, find your freedom. Peace.